80% of pregnant women have reported some degree of memory loss, but more research is needed to fully understand what's happening. We have with us parenting expert and board-certified life coach Hannah Keeley with some tips and tricks here. So Hannah, first let's talk about this. This is something you have studied for the past 20 years. What exactly is mom brain?
Well, actually, a woman's brain changes after you have a baby, and not just like cognitively, but anatomically as well. There's actually a loss of gray matter. So when a mom says she's losing her mind, it kind of is true.
What are some of the common symptoms of mom brain, and what are some things we can do about it?
Well, it's kind of, I call it like a mom fog. It's you feel like you're just lost there. You walk in a room, you forgot why you were there. You start tasks and you can't finish it, and it just gets really frustrating.
And what can we do to help address that? Because I think that's sort of familiar for a lot of folks, whether it's from pregnancy or sometimes COVID, or sometimes just you feel like I'm getting older and maybe I'm not as sharp.
Well, there are a lot of hacks that I have, and one thing I like to do is employ the imagination, because a mom has a very strong imagination. Only problem is she's using it in a negative way, imagining the worst case scenarios. So we have to use our imagination in a positive way. So I have little hacks that I do kind of to bypass that circuitry of the mom brain. And there's everything from the carpe made. So you've heard carpe diem, which is seize the day.
Yes.
A mom can't seize the day. She can't even think past 10 o'clock sometimes. So carpe made is just seize the morning.
Oh, I like
just try to have one routine in the morning you can execute. It gives your brain that dopamine rush, and you feel like you're on the right track.
Oh, great. We actually had a graphic with a couple other mom brain hacks up right there. The first one is the Fraulein Maria.
Fraulein Maria.
Okay, what's that?
So if you've ever seen Sound of Music, it's based on a true story where this nun is able to take 8 kids, scale the mountains to escape an evil dictator, right? And so it's partly you use your imagination to change your perspective. So you might be facing a hard task, like getting, caught up with the bills or trying to get decluttered, and it feels so insurmountable. Just imagine, okay, if this nun could take 8 kids, scale the mountains to escape an evil dictator, I can do this one task.
Try to get some perspective. What about the bow tie and the Beyonce?
The bow tie. Okay, the bow tie is great because it helps you imagine I can do the last 15% of this task and complete it. We always have to have that completion. So again, our brain says this is done and I did a good job.
Okay, great. And the Beyonce?
The Beyonce, well, she puts on an alter ego every time she has a concert.
Sasha Fierce.
Sasha Fierce. So what if you had your own Sasha Fierce? Use your imagination. Imagine this rock star mom who's getting so much done, is so present for her kids. Assume that identity, and pretty soon you've created that for yourself.
Okay. A parenting expert and board certified life coach, Hannah Keeley. Hannah, thank you so much for your time today. We really appreciate the tips.